Caverns, alright. ZBT and Zelda Caverns between Rekatan and PoltPrime. PoltPrime.we, I think. I watched GSL enough, I should know. Obviously, as I've said every game, he's the champion of the last GSL. We've seen him play really, really good. The last game was actually really, really good. But Polt just went out in the end. His opponent made the, Blast Kalen made the decision to go for a drop in Polt's base. Polt decided to counter and take out Blast Kalen's tank count, and Polt had this brilliantly placed tank. I wish I could go back. I had gotten a better picture of that, but I didn't want to miss the battle on the ground. But he had this tank placed among all these little buildings in his base. It was so well protected, sending the Marines out. Really great stuff. So in the upper right-hand corner, we have your red Zerg, Rekatan PT. In the lower left-hand corner, we have your blue Terran. Goes by the name of Christian here, but it is PoltPrime, the Korean Terran master, of course. This is a guy who I only knew for the Polt push. I used to play Terran when I only knew for the Polt push originally, but in the last GSL and recently, he has just practiced so hard, and he's come out as one of the most dominant players in the world. We can see he's deciding not to wall off here with this first supply depot, of throwing it down here. I assume he's, on this map especially, he's probably going to go for either a 1-rax expand or 2-rax pressure. This wide open natural here is much harder for Zerg to defend. You can throw a bunker down right here. You can put Marines right here. You can hide a bunker here. You can try and wall him off. And we can see this isn't the version of the map that has a supply depot down here. Although it is possible that this map simply is just not possible to wall off here on this version of the map. I'm not entirely certain. We can see the drone scout is going out for Rekatan. It does look like he's going to be going for a 15 hatch. We can see Polt has thrown down his barracks. No gas yet. Yep, no gas. And so this will be no gas open. I mean, that makes sense. As a Terran, you're either going to want a 2-rax open or you're going to want 2-rax or 1-rax expand. We do see the 2-rax going down. Must be a fearful sight when you come up here as a Zerg player and see a 2-rax from PoltPrime staring you down, and you have 15 hashed, but we will see how this goes. You can see he is throwing down a gas first. I don't know if that's just to free up supply. No, I'm not. I guess he is really throwing down a gas before he's going to get his pool. That's definitely interesting. It's going to delay his pool quite a bit, but perhaps he is confident enough in his drone micro that he will be able to hold off any early Marine pressure. We can see the scouting SCV is on its way out, and this Overlord here, really interesting. Basically, instead of coming across the map and coming down here, he's going to scout down here. He's going to make sure there's no proxies, so he's going to be able to see here. A lot of times you could build the racks down here and then lift it up, or obviously you can build the proxy racks over here. We can see that Polt is going to come and scout. He's going to see this was a 15 hatch. And then he probably will... No, he probably won't score in the base. He'll probably maybe try to throw down some sort of bunker or something. He's going to go in the base, see what his gas count is, see if he's thrown that up yet, or if he's going for a gasless expand. Here at a Polt, we do see the Marines coming out. He's going to try and take out this drone, of course. And we can see this SCV in the middle. He does already have a drone following around and wants to make sure he doesn't place down a free bunker somewhere. Because the Overlord, of course, is spotted right over here, the hatchery. With this Overlord right here, because if the Overlord isn't here, the building hatchery wouldn't give you vision of this. Of course, the hatchery does finish at this point. We can see it. Another gas geyser? Oh, he's stealing the gas at Polt's base. He's just trying to keep his drone alive so he can do more scouting at Polt's base, keeping it alive as long as possible. We do see a Queen coming out here. Command Center is throwing down. This is pretty standard 2-rax open. We haven't seen him pull any Marines yet to harass the Zerg player, and this is going to give the Zerg player more than enough time. He's already started metabolic boost, of course, Zergling speed. He pulled guys off gas, so he's going to be able to get a good Zergling out pretty quick, but we are, I think, at a minimum probably going to see Polt at least moving the Marines into the Zerg's vision. So the Zerg will be forced to build things like spine crawlers, and maybe force some extra lings out of him, and of course if the Zerg does underreacts to it, he could be able to punish him and possibly win the game. So we do see 2 lings on the way out, and Polt is coming up here with about 7 Marines, not pulling any SCVs or anything like that. He is throwing down 2 more barracks and another command center. So this looks like it'll be a very, very early bio build, possibly some sort of multi-barracks, like there's 7-rax player or something like that with the command center getting the extra SCVs. You can see he's moving up here. He has 7 Marines. Doesn't really have anything to kill it right now. I don't know if the spine's even going to finish. And we can see he's kiting up on the spine. He might need to cancel the spine. He isn't going to cancel it. And you do see he's pulling all the drones. He's got 4 more lings in production. He doesn't have the resources right now to produce any more lings. This is not a great spot for the Zerg player, and he's forced to pull all of his drones back. And this spine crawl, of course, isn't going to cover the left side. We can see Polt assumes, I guess, that the lings are about to pop. Look at that, and he's immediately going to leave. So he forced all those lings. I don't know if he killed any drones. I do think he killed about 4. Yep, he killed about 4 drones. Forced all those lings, and then immediately hit his Marines back here. There's no way he's going to make enough lings to kill these Marines hiding back here behind the gold, and he'll wait to move them out until they're safe. We can see the lings are going around and going, where are the Marines? They're trying to pick them off. He is going to spot them over here, but there's just no way he can engage these Marines with this many Zerglings. It's just not possible. He's not going to be able to pick them off. And we can see his running the links down here, might try and pick off this SCV and run out, but the Marines are going to be up here, and he's going to be forced to turn around, and he's throwing the bunker down, sort of like a Protoss expanding with the pylon, but he's throwing the bunker down here really, really safe, can cover it from the high ground while it finishes, and then use this bunker to cover other pieces of the base. We can see from Polt he has saturated both his gases. I don't think he's actually made anything that uses gas yet, but both his gases have now been saturated, and he's producing Marines entirely out of his 2 racks, out of the Zerg player, or 4 racks, out of the Zerg player. We can see that I think he just canceled Spine Call. He is making a Baneling nest. His drone count can be spectacular because he's made so many links, and we can see that he's making more and more links because I think he feels like this pressure is coming, and he does see there's a lot of Marine pressure. He's got 4 racks constantly producing. He needs his Baneling nest really, really badly right now. Baneling nest is late. It might cost him. If he had these 20 Zerglings out, he would be able to get us around. He doesn't have enough for a transfuse there. He's going to be able to sneak around the back of his base. He might lose his hatchery here. He needs these Banelings so bad right now, and he cannot engage these Marines with these links. I think it would be suicide, especially with him around the back of the minerals here, and he's going to have to sacrifice his hatchery here. And he's now way behind in the game. We can see he's scanning up here. He's going to need to morph Banelings right away if he wants any chance of winning this game. Polt, being ever so smart, looks like he's just going to run away. He's done the damage he needs to do. He's going to go back home. He's going to continue macroing and continue production. And these Lings are going to... I mean, if he wants any chance of staying in this game, he cannot let these Marines escape unharmed. On the other hand, it's a lot of Marines, and it might be hard to engage, but we can see he's coming around here for flank. Zerg player's obviously way behind right now, so we can see the Lings are going to come up here. Look at him how he's hugging the wall. I don't know if these Lings are in. It's not going to be. It's going to be close, and the Lings are not going to be able to clean this up. And so not a great trade there for the Zerg. We look at the resources lost tab. We can see that Polt is way ahead, over 1,000 resources ahead. The Zerg is obviously broke. It does look like he's going for some sort of all-in Baneling bust. It's his only chance here. He's never going to come back in a macro game against Polt. Polt's already another command center up. He's throwing up reactors everywhere. He's got tech labs going up. He's going to get all sorts of tech. And basically the Zerg's... And he's going to throw in one more thing. The Zerg's only chance here really is an all-in Baneling bust and hope to break him. And we can see Polt is being so aggressive. All these Lings getting wasted on these Marines. Great positioning by Polt here, bringing in more Marines. This is an awful spot for the Zerg player. I don't see any conceivable position where the Zerg player can come back out of this. He doesn't have the larva production and able to make any Lings. He is morphing a ton of Banelings, but he's going to have to run them the whole way down here. Polt is probably just going to be able to spread his Marines with Stimpack, or Stimpack's not quite that yet, but with those bunkers up, and he's going to have 2 tanks out. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. He might want to get these off creep, though. And we do see the Marines, look at this split of these Marines, one by one going out to the back. While he is on creep, the Banelings do not have speed. He's coming out. He is going to lose some of the Marines. He's splitting them back. He does lose a lot of them, but at the same time, that was all of his Banelings right there. And we can see that Polt has nearly a 40 supply lead right now. He's up by 20 Harvesters, and he's sending down more Lings here. The Zerg player is just desperate right now with these tanks out. I don't see how he's going to do anything against Polt. Siege mode is about a third of the way done. These Lings are coming down, trying to do something, anything. They're just going to die, and this game is over. The Zerg player essentially stands no chance. He's going to hang in there. He's going to throw his hatchery down. But as soon as Siege mode finishes, Polt's... He doesn't even need Siege mode. He can just come up here and power through this. He obviously doesn't have the... He probably should pull guys off gas, and that's just what he's going to do. He has 2 queens, and he might want to... I don't know. There's really nothing he can do right now. There's no way for him to win this game. Siege mode is about to finish. You can see he's coming up here just as about to finish. With all these Marines and a couple tanks, he's going to siege up here right on the edge of it, and there's just nothing the Zerg player can do. He doesn't even have any Banelings out right now. He doesn't even need to siege up at the moment. But there's just nothing he can do. He's going to have him completely contained. He's going to walk these tanks up here. He's going to be able to hit the hatchery. The Zerg player is going to morph Banelings. It's not going to mean anything. He's going to take out his hatchery. He does get the cancel off, but he's completely contained right now. There's really no way for him to break out of this contain. You can see him throwing down an in-base hatchery. It's just sort of a desperation move right now. But as soon as these Banelings come down this ramp, they're just going to go, and they're going to pop. And if any Lings come down the ramp, he's going to be in trouble. So what he can do is he can scan. We can see him just dissolve. He does... I mean, it doesn't matter. He does lose all the Banelings, but he has so many Marines. Whoa! Control problem. He has so many Marines. You can see some nice transfuses on the Queens, but he's going to take out the Baneling nest, which basically is going to render him helpless against these Marines. Stim is about to finish. We can see as soon as he sieges this one, he unsieges this one. He's going to move up here. He's going to harass his hatchery. Sieging right here over in this corner. Going to be really difficult for him to deal with. He obviously cannot make any Banelings. He's running these Queens up here. He's going to try and take out his Queens. He actually might hold off this push. Maybe not. I don't know. These Queens still have a lot of energy for transfuse, but these tanks just do so much damage. And he's going to sit up here in the range of this proxy hatch and look at all this bio coming out. He's even got medevacs coming out, continually producing SCVs. He's so far ahead right now. He just cut SCV production. I think he realizes this game is over, and he just wants to set up a contain on the Zerg player and make sure that nothing crazy is going to happen. I mean, look at that harvester count. Look at the supply count. I'm sorry, Rekatan. It's a good effort, but you know what Rekatan did is got a little bit too greedy earlier in this game. When you see the 2x open, you have to assume that the Terran's going to do something with it. He's not just going to sit in his base. He has to do something with that sort of open. You're going to see the tanks are sieging up, but all the drones are going to get plastered right now. There's no way the Queens have enough energy to survive such an onslaught. And we do see the GG well played out of Rekatan and the GG out of PoltPrime.